Like when you're gonna skip a cutscene, there's a little summary of what happens in the cutscene,
Yeah.
just so you're not
Oh,
completely
man.
lost. Yeah,
Yeah, the same thing with ZZZ. They could.
God.
CCC.
but like
Me when I'm
the
Spanish.
the thing is, Wuthering is getting better. Like the story for the new version is much better than the story was in the other ones. It's still not good. Because the overarching plot is bad. The antagonists are not interesting.
Just flat. They're just look at
Yeah,
this.
but the
evil
characters
bad-
just.
evil McBad guy here.
And the
But the
fashion is
characters you
also-
interact with aren't flat this time, which is
Yeah.
God like 100% increase from before.
Yeah, they just need to touch up. Like they need to get rid of the fucking fracked cities or whatever and put an actual compelling bad guy because Frolova fucking sucks. And they still need to like touch up on the fashion a little bit. Like Zani is nice. Zani is great. Rochia, good as well. Brandt as well. Like Carlota, still iffy. Frolova still like Frolova and Camellia have like the same fucking getup. It's ridiculous.
I don't care for Carla's design, but the way that woman speaks to me.
Yeah, the thing with Carlota is she has Rin's voice actors and she basically is just Wuthering Waves Rin. So you're kind of like, okay, I dig this, even though the design could do some work, but everything
What you
else,
do
like,
with the we're business partners, and I'm just kind of like, I feel like you don't mean business partners, but I'm just gonna rock with this relationship.
Yeah.
We're business partners.
But yeah, like it's getting better. It is steadily getting better. Still not great, but getting better.
If I have
Yeah.
something resembling a work-life balance again, I might pick it back up, but that requires that happen.
I only choose things I can speed. As long as I can bank things out in a day. That's usually my go-to.
Okay, fellas, is everyone here?
Yep.
Yeah, let's watch these guys go through a graveyard.
Now, I remember, of course, but in case somebody forgot, I'd just like to ask, why are we going to the graveyard?
Okay.
It's not for me, because I do remember.
Shut the fuck up, man.
then you know what? I don't want to waste any time. You guys are already late, so let's get it popping.
Yep.
Let me just. I'm actually finishing setting up some stuff. So if you guys
I
want to
was- I
have
did-
a little refresher conversation, that's fine.
Okay, no. When Luna in the morning, or I guess after we woke up, we got our house. I did my sort of commune with nature using my mark. I sensed a weird, like sort of planar portal
Right.
wasn't the right word, but it was like sort of
Fissure?
interference.
Scars from or like scars of energy.
Yeah, something weird.
That is a good way to
Funky.
describe it. Yes.
And combined with sort of like the visions these kids are seeing in the district, people being tired, and now like that, we think that there might be something going on. in
Right,
the
right.
graveyard there.
Okay, true. There was like a rift almost, an interference, you said? Okay. W.
Just real quick, because I want to address it. Yeah, but you're not a wizard; you're a sorcerer, Kevin. So
fuck up.
that does not
It's
apply
not
to
my
you.
fatal flaw.
This fucking guy.
Wizards never really
Actually,
over.
Uh,
This guy trying to get that wizard shit off. Don't you dare! I'll salt you in any spellcaster you play. I don't care. I'll find a way.
Listen, if I can convince you I'm a wizard, then I'm a wizard, and sorcerers have a hella charisma.
You can convince me of shit. I don't. You're not gonna
You
roll
can't
with
convince
me.
me
I'm
of
just
shit.
gonna. I'm gonna use the power of the improv. No.
okay.
what are we no ending here?
I'm gonna turn this into a
The
scene.
idea that Myzel's anything but a sorcerer.
No. And you know what? That doesn't quite hit the same when you sing it. It has to be yes and. Ariana makes
no,
the rules.
no.
Yes.
Never say no.
And-
Always say nigga.
Well,
I was
And
not ready. I was not ready for that. I
Well.
was not ready
Oh.
for that.
Oh no, there's like
We're gonna start every session like once someone says we're streaming, we're gonna start with, guys, Soul is black.
Right?
In case anything comes out like
I would
during
like
the
this on the
session, as
record.
long as it's him saying it, it's fine. Please don't
I have
get
to
on
show
our
you.
asses
Now,
about
me on the other hand,
it. Yeah, if I say it, you can definitely cancel us for it.
I had to find the what I was quoting because there's like a it's a great little freestyle some people are doing on a podcast. Here it is. Never say no. Always say nigga.
I'll watch that later. That's
I
long as hell.
should increase this just a little bit more. Okay, this is gonna be
Not if it's the boss's HP.
not if it's the
Hyperwoods
boss's
is
HP.
real.
The boss's HP is long as hell. Damn. What that HP do?
Jeez.
What that HP do, huh?
Okay, I'm ready. Fellas, it is time to begin. Last week,
Mhm.
we had a little bit of an exploration, investigation, not exploration, that was the word I was looking for. The beginnings of an investigation into the things that have been assailing the city of Greathelm. Many points were raised during the meeting with Grayscope, and the party took it upon themselves to investigate some of these leads, starting from the Frosty Ends. At the start of the day, Miss Ilona Shandora did use the alchemical concoction that she has recently learned how to create from Selena von Raskov's notes to enhance her ethereal attunement powers and try to pinpoint a few points of interest. As we were talking before session began, one of these points was a bit of a rift, some residue. I don't remember the term Laura used, but it was very apt. That had some
like
sort
a
of
scar, like a portal scar.
Yes, exactly. Kind of like a portal scar left over with some energy that is aligned with the hells coming from just outside the city walls on the south western corner, which aligns with the graveyard that is right outside the city walls. She had also sensed the presence of a powerful Fae / undead to the southeast of the city, vaguely in the southeast. The party then decided to split into two groups. One going to the orphanage where Rala officially leaves, and the other being the pair of Maisel and Noah going to investigate the graveyard while it's still day outside. Last session we only really had the time to handle the orphanage group. They made soup for the kids and they got acquainted with Miss Tully, the sort of like matron of the orphanage, got a hang of how things roll around, and also got the knowledge that some of the children have been having fears, terrors, nightmares of sorts. They spoke to one of these kids, try to get some information of what was going on with these children, and also talk things over with Miss Tully, and it seems like it's fine for Rala to come along with you all on adventures, as long as she checks in by the orphanage at least once per day before lunch. Or Miss Tully is going to send the guards on your asses, presumably. Now then, we go back to a little bit before the things at the orphanage have been going on, with the pair of Noah and Maisel leaving. Let me just put us to the map of Greathelm. You would be leaving out of the western gate of the city, around here, probably. And then walking around like the out of the city takes a little bit longer than walking in the city because it's not, streets, it's trekking through snow. So you guys are going to take a little bit of a walk to reach the graveyard. Is there anything you would like to discuss or accomplish while you are having
Flew over
this?
the wall.
Hmm?
What if I just flew over the wall instead of having to walk all the way around?
I mean, can you carry Noah?
Probably not.
I can teleport myself.
You're free to go there by yourself.
So, Iluna said she felt some sort of odd frequency near the graveyard.
Yeah, I don't know. Did she call it a disturbance in the force?
I was thinking something along those lines, but I'm not sure those were her words.
It was something like that. She said it was the power of the hells.
Have you dealt with the hells before?
Kind of glance at his gauntlet a little bit. Don't know a lot about it, but I've experienced its magic before.
What should we expect in case it goes wrong?
Well, worst case scenario is probably a devil or a demon of some kind emerging. They are the servants of the hells.
All right, in that case, just to be safe, I'll reach out with the left hand and some of the snow from the ground will lift up and shape itself into myself, really, as it attaches to my body.
Myself?
Myself. As it attaches itself to my body as I cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
Myself and
Out of curiosity, Myzel has cast Detect Magic before, since Noah put those eyes in. Are Selena's eyes aspected with the hells?
I believe they are not. Does it say on the item, Noah?
Nope.
Okay. They would be shadow.
Okay. So, just as an example, you, kind of in general, as well as your eyes, are more aspected with the Shadowfell, and my magical eyes and the gauntlet, as I'm sure you've noticed, are aspected with the hells.
So, if anything hellish appears, you'll be sure to handle it, right?
We
Since
both.
since you seem to have such a good relationship with it.
I can certainly try, but we're also both very capable of removing ourselves from a dangerous situation should it arise, and the others are just over the wall at the orphanage. We don't really want anything to happen to the orphanage, but we can easily fetch the others if needed.
Well, if needed, I can send a message to them so they can come here quickly. And I was mostly joking. If anything happens, it is probably best for us to call for reinforcements as soon as possible, but also keep it out of the city.
Agreed. That's what the walls are for, after all.
Well, these walls, I assume, are nothing but paper to a riddle thread. Like, not to sound pretentious or anything, but if I really put my mind to it, I'm sure one of my spells would be enough to lay waste to most of this wall.
I'm sure. They're probably more for burglars and the like, and small
Normal
monsters.
issues.
Yeah.
Regardless, let's check it out, but carefully.
As we get close, I cast Detect Magic and look around with my magical little eyes.
Okay. You continue heading through the snow for a little bit. Not too much of a problem for Myzel if he uses his wings, but for Noah, you kind of have to trudge through the snow.
Doesn't Noah have the armor that gives travel bonuses?
Yeah, although I don't have it in my Where is it? Inventory?
When it's snowing,
Our crowd.
Or was that might have been a different one? I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
While it is
that-
snowing, hailing, or during a blizzard, my walking speed is increased by 10 feet. I don't know if it's snowing right now.
It's like lightly snowing. I'll grant you that.
So I'm a little bit more like Legolas walking on top of the snow.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Finally, after 11 years, how many years of playing this shit, I get to fulfill my Legolas fantasy? Unbelievable. This is everything I wanted. I'm quitting D&D tomorrow.
Sponsored by Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Hmm.
As a note to you, I have cast my disguise self as we're walking through the city and out of it, just to cover up my eyes again. So everything looks the same, but my eyes look as they had in the beginning. So, like lavender-ish, both of them.
Okay. All right. It doesn't take you as long as it would a normal person then to get to the graveyard. Maybe like an hour and something. It's still like a little bit of a distance, but still, you managed to reach the Great Helm Graveyard. It's a large city, so it's actually quite a large area. I'm gonna put everyone over to a little bit of a visual representation.
I'm going to give you a guess.
Token vision.
I like this. This map is great.
Oh, I swear to God, bro. I remember
can-
to do it. I remember
I
to
can
do it
drag
like
myself on.
for like half of the maps.
No, it's like an annoying button to click.
And then
It's easy to forget.
I don't know why it's turned on by default. It should be turned off by default.
I agree.
Anyway.
So you don't accidentally spoil your epic scene.
I mean, sure, but
guess.
still. Anyway.
Oh, look at that.
Um,
That's me.
Yeah. The Great Helm Graveyard is kind of like almost glued, not glued, but like almost adjacent to the city walls themselves, which are quite sturdy. And it's kind of like delimited by large rock walls, kind of like maybe 2.5, 3 meters tall walls. On some parts of it, it's actually just like these stone fences and stuff that you can look into. But the entire area is kind of walled off, except for the front, which is the walls are lower and they're just like fences on top of them, and there are these large wrought iron gates. There is actually a person sitting by them, kind of in this little chair, like out in the snow. This individual wearing like this hefty dark cloak that seems to be huddled. Not huddled with someone else, but huddled in their own body, kind of, with like a hood up.
Are they sitting in the chair?
On the chair.
Okay. No, well, sorry. That I heard a chair and I missed part of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So are they're like at the entrance where the gate type thing would be?
Yeah, exactly. The gate is closed, and this individual is kind of like parked outside.
Do they
Does
look awake?
it look like they've noticed us?
Yeah, like as you approach, there is a little bit of shuffling. Not a lot. Like this, there's not like a getting up to heartily greet you or anything, but there is.
Like, I mean, I guess partly what I'm asking is if I notice them in time, is there a chance we can sneak around so that they don't notice us?
Well, in that case, roll a. Well, it's fairly visible. It's slightly snowing, but there's not a lot of obstacles.
Sorry, how many charges do my eyes have by default?
It's in the rules for. I think it's equal to your level if you have both of the.
Okay. I apologize.
Nice. Equipped.
Keep forgetting.
There was a
Yeah.
handout on Roll20 for
I'll
the
check it
eyes,
then.
but I think I didn't crack. I didn't port it over to Foundry yet.
Oh, okay.
Bit of
I'll
an
just-
oversight.
So I put it in my. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, there's
Oh
Yeah.
god damn it!
I'm just gonna go with 10 then for now, right? Equal to my level?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that if that's cool.
So yeah, you guys can try to use the snow as a sort of cover. But I'll make a stealth check at disadvantage.
Both of us?
I get advantage from my Yeti fur cloak.
Yeah, if you both are trying to be sneaky about it. If not, then Myzel can roll it, and you can just go talk to him as normal if you wish.
My
I
zealot
get advantage from stealth checks made in snowy terrain, so I'm flat.
Yep.
Same.
Yep, both of you are flat.
Ha! Yeah, my zealot tell Noah. I don't know what we're approaching here. I don't know if we should speak with the individual outside or not. Let's try and get a look before engaging with anyone first.
Is it common for graveyards to have like a person stationed outside?
Well,
technically,
Not-
yes. Actually, yeah, there
make
is.
a history check. Damn. From what you have read in books, TM, it's common for graveyards to have a sort of groundskeeper, a gravekeeper, if you will.
Okay.
Who doesn't necessarily live at the graveyard itself, but kind of hangs around. It's not particularly common for them to be out of the graveyard, kind of posted outside as this individual is. This individual kind of feels more like a guard, and that
Right.
is not that common for a graveyard to have.
Okay. I'm going to tell Myzel what, as I'm preparing to stealth, I'm going to point finger at him and message, and I'll say, "Hang on, I have to sneeze. It's coming."
And just like that, Noah blows our cover.
Yeah. No, shit, it went away
Get
at
it?
them.
Blows his nose.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, the sneeze went away. This is so unfortunate.
It's only because he told us. If he
Yeah,
had just
yeah,
sneezed with no
it got-
warning, yeah.
It got shy.
Big ass sneeze.
So I'm going to point finger at Myzel and send a message, and I'll say, in case we do get spotted, as I'm not super stealthy, leave it to my eyes. And then I'll stealth. Oh, that's not terrible for me.
Can I know double advantage isn't a thing, but like if I make us invisible, that would at least take away the visual aspect as we approach.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So I will go ahead and cast invisibility. Self-roll.
Kind of thinking about it, because like the benefit from the cloak comes from the fact that it kind of blends you into your surroundings, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
So like I'm of the opinion that doubling, like, you know, stacking advantage and disadvantage, like that can kind of like, oh, if you have two sources of advantage and one of disadvantage, then you know you still get advantage mostly.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, since you have two sources that seem to be overlapping in what their benefit is, I would say,
yeah.
I would say it doesn't really do anything.
Okay, I'll hold off on the spell then, and just make my roll.
Make him a roll.
Yeet!
Damn.
We're the stealthiest
Holy fuck.
motherfuckers. Please, nat one.
No.
Fuck.
Nat 20.
As you guys are approaching and trying your best to utilize your new gear to the best of its benefits, kind of like making sure to like keep your head down or cover yourselves more appropriately with the cloak. etc., to do that. You're still not completely used to it. You've had him for a short while, so even though you've had some success in moving as discreetly as you can, you still see a sort of movement that indicates acknowledgement. As I said, they're not going out of their way to greet you or anything, but there is, as you approach, like a sort of shuffling and turning in your direction, which indicates they have spotted you.
Okay, Mazel will use the message to reply and say, "I've been spotted. Let me know if you see anything interesting. But I'll try and talk our way in."
No response, but I'll nod.
And we will
Oh,
approach the
the-
individual at the
It
gate.
seems like he spotted both of you, by the way, just to be
Yeah.
clear.
No. Just him.
No, I wasn't saying. I was just saying like Noah can like look with his eyes that see many.
Oh,
things.
okay.
But mine also. Mine also see many things, but his see different things.
Yeah, and I wasn't caught, so
Yeah.
Weird eye boys.
Okay. So yeah, I will approach the individual in the chair, or the gate, and see if the individual in the chair like starts to interfere.
what's
Okay.
the individual look like?
Yeah,
Now that
as
we're
you
close.
as you begin to approach, like they seems like they were sitting, and then as you get close in, a sort of like, okay, they're definitely coming here. Like, sort of gets up. As they get up as well, like you can get a clearer view of these individuals. It's a sort of like middle-aged Huron man. He's wearing he's got a hood on, so you can't see what his hair looks like exactly, but he's got like this full dark brown beard, wearing a heavy winter coat, and kind of like bleak tones. He's also wearing like these kind of like thick-looking black gloves, and taking a little bit of a closer look, you can see that on the chair that is behind him, there is like a shovel resting against it. Guy's got like a bulky build in general. He's pretty tall and seems muscular. Not muscular in like bodybuilder way, but muscular in like, bear fighter way. As you approach, he doesn't look straight at you guys. He seems to be looking a little downwards, like at a downward angle, sort of like at your maybe like waist level or something. It goes like, who goes there?
And I will immediately. What do his eyes look like?
His eyes. He's kind of looking downward, so you can't see them very well. He's not looking like you in the eye. He's looking at you like sort of at the chest. You can see he's got these kind of like this furrowed brows. His eyes are a little like darkened. They seem to be like a shade of brown, but they are a little dim. Let's say like his eyes look small.
Mm-hmm. Is there sadness in them?
He's got a little bit of a melancholic expression.
Sadness like you only see in Eastern European gay porn stars' eyes? Regardless,
I don't
you don't
know
have to
what
answer
to
that.
reply to that.
I don't even know what that was.
As he's looking at my breasts, I'm going to immediately start a diagnosis. So I'm spending 2 charges here.
Okay.
And do I see anything magical on him? Like, I'm assuming he has the aura that pretty much everyone else has.
He
anything
does have the
else?
aura, indeed. Aside from that, no. Aside from that, there isn't. Well, make an Arcana check.
Okay. Oh, I'm so good at these.
Wizard.
No, it seems like what you've been seeing in town. Like the gut is thick aura of sort of enchantment adjacent magic of shadow persuasion, perhaps. As for Noah, you observe him with your analytical eyes. Tell me, can you ping the feature for me again, real quick?
Yes, but I don't want to because it'll copy everything. Do you mind if I read it?
Yeah, sure.
Diagnosis. When you look at a creature, you can expend 2 charges to immediately perceive all medical conditions and toxins affecting their body. You can also cast the Identify spell on them, ignoring its range or any components by expending an additional charge.
Okay, are you spending the additional charge for Identify, or do you want
I
the
am.
rest?
Yes, I'm spending 3 charges to get immediately as much information as possible. There's no time to dilly-dally.
Okay, as far as his physical condition, he seems to have seen better days. He's not a super healthy fella. There's some, slightly unhealthy fat indexes in there. Not sure I want to call it a disease, but he seems to be balding.
That's a disease.
He's got a little bit of alcohol in his body, not a substantial amount. It's not like he's drunk. You see just traces of alcohol as you perceive sort of into his clothes, and it's kind of like the faint little pieces of skin that you can see because he's all like completely fucking covered. They're just in full like 4K, full HD, and it's like you're gazing into his bloodstream almost. He seems to be a little sleep deprived, not to a extreme level, but there is a little bit of fatigue that comes from lack of sleeping. Medical conditions, huh?
Does he have diabetes?
Well, I guess this doesn't.
He is divide vampire-ish.
Well, I mean, Identify will also reveal some magical stuff.
He has a phobia. You don't know of what, but you can tell, I'm going to say by sensing his brain chemistry, that you can tell he has a phobia. I was debating with myself, like, is that a fucking medical condition? It's a mental condition, but I'm not sure it would come up. Like, but I'm gonna, pretend your eyes are a super advanced MRI.
Dr. House would find out. He would know.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hyper advanced MRI, so you can tell that he has a phobia of something. You don't know of what. As for your Identify, you catch in him the exact same effect that is on everyone else. That sort of memory involved enchantment that is not quite a spell. And you catch a different thing, which is not the same, but feels a little similar to that same effect. It's also some sort of mind affliction, but one that feels a little bit closer to the fear spell.
Repeat that last portion. He has a mind affliction?
Yeah, he has a sort of like a mind affliction that feels a little closer to the fear spell.
Got it.
Than of like the memory effect that is on everyone else. Though he also has that one.
Okay. Okay.
So, as he asks, who goes? Myzel will
Who
answer,
asks?
true. Greetings, friend. An associate of ours told us that this was an interesting graveyard to check out, and we were just curious and wanted to take a look around. We'll give the dead the utmost of respect. Please rest assured.
Oh, um, sorry, we're close to visiting.
My dude, what?
Closed for visiting.
Yes.
The middle of the day?
I was not aware that a graveyard would be closed. What are the visitation hours?
No, we're dealing with construction work. Also, there's been an outbreak from disease from the corpses. We're cleaning it up, and also building things.
Okay.
Does that
so-
seem truthful?
Not at
Well,
all.
Myzel
all.
obviously knows that's a lie, but he'd like to try and discern whether that lie is coming from him or from something answering for him, if you
Okay.
know what I mean. And he can detect thoughts as well if he needs to in order to get that insight.
Well, are you casting detect thoughts or not?
I guess it depends on if he thinks he would need to cast detect thoughts in order to kind of like.
I mean, detect
Learn
thoughts is going to
something
give you different things from an insight check.
Okay. He'll do
It's
both.
more about-
then.
Okay, you can roll insight.
Okay. Ba-ba.
Now I have a question while he's doing that. This mental affliction that they all have, that's like
Mhm.
this aura and is controlling them and all that stuff. Do I believe that I could override it even if temporarily?
I will say that this is something you both could probably like ascertain just with detect magic, because like detect magic kind of lets you see with what I kind of call to myself as ether sight. You can like see the strands of ether, and your eyes can also perceive this this sort of thing in a different way, but they can. There is an absurd amount of ether maintaining these enchantments, like very potent. So you could try to override it, but you would need. Usually, you would need magic of similar or higher level if you wanted to like go face to face with
And
this
what-
magic.
And what exactly is this magic doing to him?
Well, one of them, as we had discussed, is sort of like a mental affliction that is similar to a modify memory spell. So it seems to be fiddling with people's abilities to remember things. The other that is afflicting him seems to be making him afraid of something. As for your insight check, and you're casting detect thoughts at the same time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
As I said, this guy is all covered up in a thick cloak and everything. Basically, the only thing you can see past his like bushy beard are the upper part of his cheeks and the sort of like his brow and a little bit of his forehead. And his eyes, which I said like are looking a little diminished, a little darkened, some bags, a little swollen. And he's not looking at you guys faces at all. It's just looking at your like chest. And you see, like glancing at him and focusing on this area, you see like sweat, like this sweat forming on his brow and beginning to run down it. His eyes that are gazing downwards, they're sort of like darting from side to side, in a like a little frantically. And even his mouth, when he opens up to speak, seems to be stuttering, and it's sort of there's like his lips are dry, and he's trying to like get words out. And as you look at him and also begin to sense his thoughts, like his brain waves coming, like the surface thoughts that are coming out of his head, you catch this sort of like, what what's the most believable building reconstruction? Yeah. Oh, diseases maybe. Yes. Diseases are dangerous. Maybe that'll make them go away. Yes. Maybe that'll. Am I being convincing? Maybe they're not buying it, but diseases are dangerous. Maybe I should try to convince them of that. And sort of, and right as you like catch him thinking that, he once again opens his mouth and goes like, "Diseases are very, very dangerous, very, very contagious."
I'm going to open my mouth then, and I'll speak this time. And I'll say, you should let us go inside and check it out. We are both doctors. Maybe we can help. And if not, just forget you saw us. And I'm casting suggestion with my Mystic Eyes.
Ooh.
Okay. What is the DC?
It's mine, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it would be yours.
Yeah.
If you don't have a DC, it would calculate it using your Constitution.
17. That was loud.
Damn, bro! As you say that, he kind of like turns, again, not looking at you, but sort of like lowering his gaze a little. And as you're speaking, it seems like he kind of like tilts his head a little bit and goes like, no. You're foreigners. Even if your doctors don't have antibodies, we have good doctors in the city. They are going to look into it. You should really leave the graveyard now.
Of course, we'll leave you be. I really hope that they're able to sort this situation out, and perhaps we can speak again afterwards.
Yes. Of course. We'll be happy to let you visit our very attractive gravestones. He also seems a little confused at the, like, why are tourists wanting to visit the graveyard?
Does he seem suspicious at all of me saying our friend told us there was something interesting here? Like that he thinks we might know something's up with it, or he's just actually genuinely confused about why we'd be interested?
Yeah, you're as you're reading like his surface thoughts, he's kind of like, why do they even want here? Like, why are they? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Gotta get them out. We really gotta get them out. Oh, they're going away. Good, great, excellent. Yeah, it's for their own good too.
My Zell will subtle spell message to Noah. We'll come back over the wall.
If he sees us again, also messaging. It's like pointing at him with my right arm across my chest, assuming he's standing to my left, so the guy behind me can't see my hand. If he sees us again, I'm gonna dominate person him. I'm sure you know what that does.
Yeah, but let's avoid arousing too much suspicion if we can help it. We were asked to be subtle in this investigation.
He won't remember a thing.
Probably not, but let's try it this way first.
Fine.
And we will quickly trek our way back into the gate and then find a spot. I'm assuming it's probably actually near the orphanage, where we can go over the wall and I'll make us both invisible.
Yeah, it is actually right near the orphanage. As you guys go back, I believe you had left like early morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Reasonably.
But this was like an hour away, no?
Yeah, it was about an hour away, and then an hour back, and then you go back to the into the
actually,
city. And
Do we need to go all the way back to like
That's-
turn there?
That's what I was just thinking. Once we're out of sight of him, are there like guards that patrol on the wall itself?
There are spaces for guards patrolling. You would have probably over the course of your stay here sometimes seen guards up on the wall. Not as common in the sort of like over all of the wall. It's more common in the entrance areas where there's sort of like outposts and stuff. But yeah, the guards patrol the wall sometimes.
Okay. I will say once we're out of sight, I'll say, let's go up the wall now, and we can backtrack along it. And I'll reach out and touch Noah and cast invisibility on both of us.
Okay.
God damn.
You
The
are-
way that these spells imported is not deducting spell slots or when I cast them, so I'm having to do it manually. I'm gonna have
back
to
to
edit
the
them.
the age of cavemen,
Right?
where we have to deduct our own spells.
Well, it does it for me, so I
Tragedy.
did it right. And you did it wrong. What can I
Ugh.
say?
Anyway, well, Myzel is flying up. Noah, how are you intending on climbing the wall?
Like the city wall? No, the graveyard wall. I was like, what? The graveyard wall.
Myzel meant the city wall.
Yeah, he meant the city wall.
Why did we go back to the city?
We're not, because the graveyard is like right here outside of the city. We got out of the sight of the guy. Now we're going up the
Oh,
wall
that's the
invisibly and
graveyard?
backtracking.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
basically the graveyard.
I
yeah.
thought it was like an hour, like out of the city. Got it.
No. Yeah, you
Okay.
were walking like over the perimeter.
Okay, my bad. I misunderstood. I hadn't scrolled far down enough on the map to see that. I'm so I have to get over the wall, huh?
Or just up on top of it. You said you could teleport, but Myzel can find a way to help you if needed.
I can do big visible teleports, nothing invisible, and vortex warp doesn't work on myself.
Okay.
I don't do I have excuse me please 1 second. I don't have any step spells.
No Misty Step?
No Misty Step, brother. I could trance. No. No, I don't have anything that really helps to get up the wall. You mean like subtly, I should say.
Okay, that's okay. I'm double checking what all I have. Misty Step does not let me take someone with me, right?
No.
How high is the wall?
How nice of you to ask. I have just Googled like average city wall height. I'm gonna place them at around the height of Roman city walls, which were 30 feet in height,
30 feet. Oh, that's
around 10 meters.
All right. Do I even bother trying a strength check to carry him up?
I mean,
That might honestly be louder than anything else. No, Myzel will just reach out and grab Noah's hand again and dimension door to the top of the wall.
okay. You're both going to. How does your dimension door look?
It's kind of like a looks almost like a fey gate, so it's like a golden kind of beam of light opening a door in midair. But I'm thinking if there might be guards on the wall, I'm gonna subtle spell this as well. So for the briefest moment, Noah might see it as we kind of step into this gate, like while we're on the inside of it. And then as we emerge, there's kind of nothing visible again.
And I counterspelled it. Can you imagine?
So real.
Okay, so you're going to dimension door and then turn invisible back on.
Yeah, I mean, like, so realistically, if we'd known that Noah probably would have said, "I don't have any way to get to the top of that wall gracefully." Mizell would have like held the invisibility spell for as soon as they emerge up top.
Okay. Since it's daytime, like around lunch time, I'm going to say there is about a 50% chance there is a guard passing through like the immediately visible part of the wall that you're trying to climb up on.
50%.
we're good.
I mean, can we, using my very special eyes, can I see if there's a guard there, or hear
You're
if there's a guard there?
We're flying up and trying to take a look.
Mizell's reasonably smart, and with Noah's help, he would probably conclude, maybe I should check out the top of the wall to make sure there's not a guard there first, and then come get you. Does that sound like a reasonable plan?
Yes. Now, out of character, we're like here-ish, right?
Yeah, around like here.
Okay. How far is it to the gate itself?
That's kind of like the middle of the way, so about half an hour.
Holy shit. Okay, that's far.
Yeah, we
Never
don't
mind.
have that kind of time to waste.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
So,
that
a
works.
second
Even
level.
even if you go from inside the city, you're still gonna have to climb up the wall. It doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
I'm
okay.
sure, like, from the inside, there would be, like, a set of stairs up somewhere.
Here's the plan that
Well, it
involves
doesn't mean you can't
no
Invisibly, I can.
metagaming whatsoever. Mizell is going to second level invisibility on just himself.
Yes.
Go up, watch the patterns of the guard movements along the wall.
What the fuck is happening?
Wait for a guard to pass their location. Then go get back down, Dimension Door Noah up, and make them both invisible with a second level invisibility.
I love
those
D&D
two
players
avoid a wall.
sometimes. Yeah, like the most contrived shit, but okay. Roll stealth at advantage because of the invisibility, and I'm going to roll. Where's the fucking die roller on roll
At
20
the bottom,
on Foundry?
right under the chat. There's
It
die.
says under the chat. Oh, right. I'm gonna roll right now. There's a 50% chance if you get above, if you get 11 or above, there's no guard.
No,
right
but
now.
like what I'm saying is he's
Huge.
I know,
I mean, okay.
I know.
Sure.
But just in terms of like you getting detected right now as you fly up because you're invisible, but they could still maybe like see a lack of snow in this particular area that denotes there is a person there,
The
or
way
hear
that
the
perception
or
check
hear
is
the fluttering of the wings,
crazy.
etc. But as you get to the upper portion of the wall, you take a look and you see that thankfully there are no guards right now in this section. So you can actually, if you wish, like latch onto the wall or something like that to kind of like hide out there. How long do you intend on staying up there, gauging the guards' shifts for?
No more than 30 seconds if he doesn't see a guard. Like, he'll look to the left. Is there a guard within eyeshot? He'll look to the right. Is there a guard within eyeshot?
Doesn't seem like it. There seems to be a guard around like here,
Okay.
like off in the distance, that is headed into the kind of like garrison that is at the top of the city gates.
And no one yet visible on this side.
No.
Okay. In that case, yes. He will go back down and help Noah back up with a dimension door. And for the moment, he probably, as long as he's not seeing anyone active, no, he won't risk it. He's going to go ahead and cast the second level invis on them both, and so they'll both be able to walk along the wall invisibly.
Okay. Everything goes swimmingly according to plan, and you're both safely on the upper part of Great Helm's wall. It is this sort of stone hill, pretty sturdy wall. It seems it's thick too. That's why you can actually walk on it. It's like a double layer, like there's a little bit of a I don't know what those are called, but kind of like a railing to one side and to the other. There's enough space for exactly one person. You can't like walk shoulder to shoulder with someone else. To go, it's a pretty tight fit, but the wall itself is still pretty thick. So,
Ekakudori.
yeah, you can safely walk on over and eventually reach the sort of like the same area as the graveyard, and like taking a little bit of a peek over the wall, you can see the graveyard is down there. There's as you do that, you also see that the graveyard, on top of being quite large, there are a few larger structures within it as well. About 5 of them, with one of them being much bigger than the others.
Now that we can see it from above, is there anyone inside the graveyard?
Make a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Okie-dokie. Okie-dokie.
Oh, baby.
The way it was a nat 1 on one side and 20 on the
It startled the fuck out of me, but still.
It's not
that
a
was
game.
that was nice. So, several things here. First, with regards to your question about the graveyard, you take a look down there with the snow, and you can see that indeed there is a figure moving around the graveyard. Seems to be within like a few seconds. You see this figure like crouch down, pick a few things, grab some implements and do something with the ground there, and then get up and continue on their way. Taking a look at this graveyard, you see several gravestones, of course, and then there are 4 things that look like entrances to something that goes like beneath the ground level. Like they're just these little stone boxes that are too small to really contain anything other than just stairs down. And one much larger structure. It's the top of it is not too far below the height at which you guys are in right now. It is this large, dark stone building with a sort of round looking, not appendage, kind of like a decoration at the very top of it that is kind of like round and seems to have some horns on it. But it's got its back turned to you guys, so you can't see more details about it. Also,
That's
since
the
you're
figure that was moving around that had the horns?
no, that is just a decoration on the larger construction on the graveyard.
Ah, okay.
It's kind of like this round thing that seems to have some horns, but it's got its back turned to you, so you can't really see all of it. The figure that is crouched down is seems to be like a medium-sized individual that is walking and has like this sort of bag and a few tools with themselves, and every few steps they crouch down and mess with something on the ground.
Can I tell what they're doing on the ground?
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm not done yet.
Hold on.
You also spot far off in the distance another guard like around here. And as you do so, you also see...
My character, she was covering where?
Sorry, what?
Here.
Where is the guard? My character sheet was covering it.
Around here, yes.
Oh, okay. On the wall or at the?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the wall. And on this corner that is kind of near you guys, you see there is a sort of bag container thing.
Okay. Let's see. So,
Somebody walking in here also, you said, right?
Yeah, there is a person,
Yeah.
or I should say a figure, walking, and every few steps they crouch down, do something on the ground. They have a few tools with them that they are using to mess with the ground, and a sack of something.
Is that a magical effect?
It's a bit far.
I'm
You're
just
all
wondering
Wall's about
because
30 feet
of
high.
my morbid curiosity.
I mean, you're 30 feet high, but there is some like angle, you know. They're
Okay.
not immediately like this person is not glued to the wall. They're not no clipping.
You're so right. Can I detect magic with extended spell?
You'll undo your invisibility.
No,
I use my
because
special ability.
Ooh.
Concentrate on 2 spells at once. What?
no, I'm pretty sure you can't. Let me just check that, but I'm pretty sure detect magic. Yeah, the range itself. The aura is 30 feet, but the range of the spell is not 30 feet, so you can't double it.
That's so rude.
But also
Yeah,
this says
that's their way of making sure you can't do that with
but also
aura
it says
spells.
the spell ends immediately if we cast a spell. Or invis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I
there
haven't
is a guard
that's
approach.
why I haven't touched anything.
Bah.
Yeah. I'm locked out of casting spells until we're
Until we're
somewhere safe.
technically uninvisible. Okay. The guard that's over here is headed our way.
Yeah, although there is a sack in the way,
Yes.
container of sorts, so maybe he can't get around because the path
you said
is very narrow.
Did
Yeah,
you say
it
it's
is very
hanging on the
narrow.
wall or sitting in the pathway?
It seems to be tied to the wall in a sort of way, but it is
Inside, outside.
it is sort of like resting on the like walking area. So you're
Oh, okay,
correct.
okay.
The guard would have to sort of like
bit.
Maneuver over
yeah,
it.
go over it.
Yeah.
In some way.
Okay, so maybe that's like that's a spot where the guard would turn the other way. I think we jump here, huh?
Probably, but I want to know what's up with that sack first. It seems
Good.
odd.
Go look at your sack. Go. Hurry up.
Myzel will quickly but quietly move along the wall to inspect the sack very briefly.
Right. Make an
When-
investigation check.
He's looking at his sack.
Disadvantage because you're. Well, first because you're kind of in a rush before the guard. Like the guard is actively approaching this place, and second, the sun is out.
I have a -2, actually.
Well, we had talked about this, but we're gonna keep
Did
it
I
for like
agree to it?
Don't have to.
Nah. Okay. Wait, that's investigation. At disadvantage. Look,
15.
that should have been another nat 20. But Myzel's going to use 3 charges from his eyes to bump that up to an 18.
Okay. You begin quickly rummaging through the sack. It's this actually pretty like for its weight and size. It seems pretty hefty, pretty solid. I'm not sure what material it's made of. Even though the sun is actively making you feel very uncomfortable and sapping your strength, you feel weakened, your innate expertise with, I don't know if mechanical expertise, but like, narratively expertise with the investigations lets you quickly focus on the key aspects of it, taking a look at everything that is within this thing, and also using your eyes, pushing a little bit of magic into your eyes so they can dart quickly and register more efficiently what you're looking at here. You see several metal components. Don't seem to be assembled. Like there is no tool or anything. There are just several kind of metal shapes and fittings. You also identified that in a couple of them there are runes inscribed, but it's difficult to tell what they are at first glance.
Mhm. But whatever's in here feels like it's probably magical.
It feels like it's either magical or they are components for something that might be eventually magical or harness magic in some way. Because there are runes inscribed in them. That is the main telling point.
Are there any clues as to why they're up here?
The guard is quick approaching. That is
I know.
about as much as you can glean out of this bag
Okay.
in the little time you have. Now you have to sort of make a decision of what you're going to do.
Yep. He will swipe one of the runes, pocket it, and quickly scurry back to Noah.
Okay.
And then as the guard approaches, does he step over the bag, stop at the bag, or what does he appear to do? Isel kind of glance back over his shoulder.
The guard seems to arrive at the bag, look down at it, sort of like in a pretty mechanical sort of motion, kind of like picks the bag up and brings it alongside him.
Coming our way.
Yeah, coming your way.
Okay.
Just hauls it over his shoulder and doesn't seem to, he doesn't even look at the bag really. Just kind of like crouches down, picks it up, and goes on his way.
Isel will say then, "You have a way to get down without making a lot of sound?"
My brother in Christ, I'm just gonna have to hope I don't land on my face.
Well, here. I can probably do this much. I can likely glide down, even if I can't normally carry you.
Is there a little, any sort of structure in the graveyard by the wall?
Not right by the wall, but with a, if you leap, you could try to sort of land on top of that larger structure that I had talked about. I have a map for the graveyard that is not entirely.
I'm so stressed doing shit without spells.
Okay, so this, kind of like this.
God
Well,
damn, bro.
I have a sort of like a. Where was that thing I was looking at? Here it is. This would be the sort of like larger structure. I'm gonna send it on Discord because I don't have that on an area of sorts.
Sorry, which
So
one?
I always
this
take
one here?
feathers.
Yep.
I can't cast spells, bro.
So that is sort of like the caliber of the building we're
sick.
discussing. It's not broken down. Just the one in the image is a little dilapidated. This one is whole.
That's the new
But-
DBD map.
But that is a sort of.
true.
It is.
I mean, it looks very much like it.
Yeah, it
It's
looks a lot like
the
DBD.
Castlevania map.
But yeah, so there is a structure like that, which is not as tall as the wall, but it comes close.
Okay.
And it's not immediately glued to the wall, but you could try to land there and make your way down.
So, what Isel will try to do is pick Noah up and then glide down to that, like one of the middling spots on that, because there's a couple of places where they could stand on the roof that aren't exactly at their height.
What is your strength?
I wanted to ask, what is it minus?
-1.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do I feel like this is feasible for Myzel?
He's not trying to actually pick up and carry. He's just trying to glide.
Featherfall
down.
me?
Yeah, too bad.
Okay.
I don't have
So that means your strength is 9 or 8.
8.
8. Which means you're
Before he
carrying.
commits, I just want to know whether I think this is reasonable. But I guess you have to figure out also whether you think it is.
It means your carrying capacity total, including your items and everything on your person, is about 120 pounds in American units or in my units, because I just converted it so I can have a gauge, 54 kilograms. It is not a lot. Noah probably weighs more than that by himself. So if you wish to try, we're gonna need a little bit of check here.
Oh wait, hang on. How much does Noah weigh?
At least 100 pounds. He's like 5'11".
Yeah, Noah is definitely not lighter than your maximum carry.
I mean, honestly, he's probably closer to like 150.
He's a pink.
Is the
No, he's
standard
not.
large reduce available to either of you to aid in this?
Dude,
And
I'm gonna say it right now.
Snow.
I am built like a twink in real life, okay, and I weigh like a little bit far more than that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. I don't see Myzel because we're both invisible, but
He would
I'm
be
going-
like dying if he was 100 pounds.
I'm also not really live, so that's just beyond the point. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna say,
What is the density of snow?
yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna just whisper, just get down. I'll try to jump. If it doesn't work, I'll try to jump again. We'll see each other down there.
You could. No, wait. Actually, the carrying.
You can double jump.
Hang on. You could get in my pouch of holding.
Oh my god.
I'm not getting in your bag. Let's go.
Yes.
And I'm jumping.
Coward. Do it, you coward.
I'm jumping.
Okay,
Alright.
you're jumping.
Noah's jumping.
Uh,
Myzel's flying.
Make an athletics check, Noah.
Okay. All right, since that didn't probably go well, I'm like jumping, and I immediately noticed that I didn't use enough force for my fucking jump, and so before anything bad could happen, I'm going to reach out in front of me, behind me, sorry, and I'm gonna tug at one of the strands of fate and time, and I'm gonna pluck it, reversing myself a little bit, chronal shifting,
So
and I'll
dramatic.
try again.
The most dramatic man I've ever met.
Let's go! That's
Okay.
so much better.
Okay. You do
I can do hard
exactly
things.
You do exactly that. You notice that as you went to propel yourself from the sort of like the edge of that wall, you stepped over a piece where there was like a little bit of accumulated snow, and when you went to prepare yourself, you slipped a little bit, and you see that happening and go like, "Oh fuck, I'm not gonna make it." You pluck the strings of time itself and redo a little bit of that. I assume everyone here has watched Arcane Season 2 by now.
I knew what you were thinking. Yes, me.
Yeah.
That's
me.
me.
when Echo like figures out that 4 seconds is like the limit.
Yeah,
Like, okay, no more than that. That's kind of like the vibe when you do that. Except
yeah.
whenever you do it, it's less like Echo, sort of like everything is unraveling. But have you watched like ReZero?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have.
maybe a little bit.
Okay.
Season one.
But I was also specifically thinking like Tracer in that one cinematic with Widowmaker, where she like tries to get over the wall, runs into the poison, reverts and jumps over it.
Oh, I didn't catch. But like for those who did watch ReZero, it's like when Subaru is kind of like abusing his power, and there's that time stop, and the witch kind of just caresses him a little, and then he goes back and he's like, "Oh, I really shouldn't do that." That's kind of it. Like, it's not a violent thing, but you know that you're pushing it, and you feel this presence just sort of going like, I'm allowing you to go this far, but no more.
Who's saying that?
I don't know. It's just something you feel. It's kind of like you feel something grip your heart, as if something was holding your heart with their hand. And not pressing it, just holding it so you know they could at any point.
What the fuck?
But
I just want.
I'm just describing it now because this would technically happen every time you use your chronal shift ability. It's safe. You know that it's safe as long as you
Okay.
don't push it too much further.
Okay. What the fuck, though? What?
Can I
This
just
large
ask
drop in
something
life,
really
man.
quick?
Hmm?
So how high were they?
30
About
feet.
30 feet.
All right. Okay.
But they had to get a little bit of distance because I don't think like it wasn't direct. Actually, is it a 3-sided wall? So like the graveyard, like the town wall makes up one of the walls of the graveyard, or is there like a little bit of space before the graveyard wall?
No. The town wall also serves as the fourth graveyard wall, so to speak.
Okay. So no
It's
matter
just that
where
the
we
build-
fall, we land inside.
Yeah, you're gonna land inside. It's just a matter of if you're going to land on your ass and take damage, or if you're going to land somewhere safe.
Mm-hmm,
But as Noah slightly twists his fate a little bit, and steps on a more solid footing and propels himself with his newfound vampiric muscular power, so to speak, you do actually leap a pretty solid distance and land on top of the bigger building, which is not a very different height from the wall, so you don't take any damage. And the building being the building and having like architecture that does curves and angles and stuff until it reaches downwards, you could feasibly climb your way down eventually if you wish.
Yes, I'm going to gather myself first after that monumental effort and think to myself that I should be in the Olympics, really. And then I'm going to look for a safe way down along this structure that
Yes.
you... Where is it? That you... Well, here it is. That you shared. These lights that are in the image that you shared, these like red lights from within, is that real here as well?
You're kind of like on top of the building, but if you like, once you begin climbing down, you can maybe see. Also, as you are sort of like circling around the building while invisible to try to climb it down, and Myself is now flying down and taking a better look at the building, you can see that the horn structure that you had seen is at the top point of the building. There is this sort of pretty elegant, although old by now, helmet that is adorning the top of this building, this structure. It's not quite a Viking helmet, but it is like a big helmet with one of those spaces that cover like your nose as well, and the helm has like horns jutting upwards, kind of like bison horns.
Also, in addition to that, as I am circling, are there any windows or anything on this part of the building?
Negative.
No windows. Okay, then I'm gonna start trying to make my way down, carefully, gracefully, as I am.
Okay, make an acrobatics check.
This is so awesome.
The worst of the danger is gone, but not yet.
And where's the
Cross.
person? Are they walking nearby? Inside the graveyard?
If you look at the map itself, like the mausoleum is, well, it is a mausoleum. Yeah. If you have any knowledge of graveyards, it is a mausoleum.
I thought that was an Airbnb.
It's basically this. The person would be around here.
Oh, right, that's now a good ways off. Can I descend on this side?
Yeah, sure.
Just in case I eat shit.
Just, yeah, acrobatics.
This is like unreal,
shit
no?
You do.
Yeah. This is like unreal.
Chronal shift again, you got this.
I'm not wasting the second one on this. I'm already inside. At this point, I'm just gonna eat shit. Fuck it.
It's bending the whims of fate, but yeah, you slip and you fall, and let's see.
Knock me out.
You take 2 damage, 2 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god, I'm out.
Yeah, that's about 50% of your health bar right there.
How do I subtract HP without
0 that 5% misery? But yeah, you slip and you fall on your ass pretty hard. It makes a substantial amount of noise as well.
How substantial?
Substantial that the figure that was crouched down and doing something to the floor, which you have not yet ascertained what, seems to stop and look curiously in your direction.
Do I actually? How long has it been since we were first at the front gate?
But about like half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour.
Damn. Okay. Can I see now what they were doing? Since I was able to kind of glide in and didn't have to make the same entrance that Noah did.
Yeah, roll a stealth check.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay, 19 is pretty good. You can fly, sort of like glide over and not draw too much attention to yourself as you observe this this woman. She seems to be wearing also winter clothes, but lighter than the gravekeepers. Just sort of like some furs to keep herself warm and like a hood to protect from the snow. You're looking at this kind of older sun elven woman, and when I say older, since she's a sun elf, that would mean she's like in her 40s or 50s maybe. She's got like slightly tan skin with dark golden hair. You can see a few strands peeking out from her shawl, though they are already a little grayed out and white in a few places. She's got green eyes. Seems a little tired as well, but still, trudging through. Her tools seem to be rakes and scissors, watering, sort of like a watering can, a little bit of a shovel, but not like a hefty shovel. It's a smaller shovel. And the sack she's carrying with her seems to be filled with seeds. As you observe her for a few seconds, it becomes clear that she is crouching down every so often to pick flowers from the ground, plant some, tend for some that are in. Seems to be doing some gardening.
Okay. Can I? So, like, Noah jumped down on this side of the building.
Yes.
Can I disturb some snow over here to make it look like the noise was some snow, like, sloughing off the roof?
Sure. You're doing that with your hands?
Yes.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
Okie dokie.
I hate checks that are just like right in the middle of things.
Roll against it.
Yeah, exactly. That is the... Okay. You knock some snow off of the roof, and she was looking sort of like in that direction with a concerned expression on her face, and then sees the snow drifting off and gulps.
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 Gulp.
She
Fuck me sideways.
goes back to doing what she was doing, but faster.
Oh my god, brother.
No, she's not. She's not heading your direction. She's...
No, I know, that's still bad. If she gulped and sped up upon hearing something from this fucking building, this building is no good. Fuck! Why are these two motherfucking spellcasters doing an infiltration? Oh my
You
god.
could have called for us at any time. You jumped back into the graveyard.
Yeah, we're just
Oh
enjoying
my
a
god.
lovely meal.
You're busy. You're busy. I am gonna send a message soon. Like, we're successfully in, but now that I'm hearing this, I'm like, are we successful? Oh god. Continue, sorry.
Are you? Is it just you thinking that, or is Noah thinking that?
Well, I didn't hear the gulp. That's me. I didn't hear or see the gulp, so I have nothing to go off of. But
Okay,
this is me like above table, like fuck, bro.
Myzel
Yeah,
would
yeah,
then
yeah.
land next to the pile of snow that he can see was created by Noah's less than graceful fall in, and he'll say, "I've covered for us, but she seems very nervous about this building."
Well, now I'm nervous too. Give me a second. Close my eyes and I'll whisper to the token that I have left with the others. I don't remember who had it. Rala? Maybe? Regardless, I'm gonna whisper to the token and I'll say, so anyone who has it on the other end is gonna hear my voice. We're in the graveyard. It's conveniently right behind the orphanage.
Why we
In
planned this?
case. Huh?
That's why we planned this.
Yep. In case things go wrong, you'll get here quickly. Beware guards. Now, Myzel, what was the woman doing?
She seems to be picking flowers and planting seeds.
In the middle of winter, that's awesome.
I agree it's odd, but as long as I wish to stay invisible, I can't try and peer into the ether to see if there's anything magical about them.
They're likely not seeds for flowers, that much is certain. And if she's nervous about this building, and I'll glance up the side of it, any lights, any movement, any sounds from within?
The building is solid rock, essentially. The only opening in it seems to be the heavy, like, large stone door right in the front of it, which seems to have 3 different indentations on it.
And that door is closed, right?
It is shut.
Okay. You said we saw some stairs somewhere. Where are those? There were 2 sets or 1 set?
Stairs.
I thought you said there were some. You said there were some stairs somewhere that I saw from above.
Stairs. Stairs. No. Well, what you would see from above would be this bigger structure and about 4 other small structures. Yeah, I didn't say that you saw stairs. I said that you could deduce that they were just either really small storage areas for something or things that had stairs leading down, just from the size. Kind of like
Oh,
this, like this
okay.
thing or
Mhm.
this thing. Stuff that you would... Like, you couldn't really do anything. It's just too small. So it's probably just like stairs going down to some underground level or
Mhm.
a very small cabin.
All right. As long as you stay on this side of the building and out of sight, you can cast whatever spells you need to magically investigate. I can go check out the rest of the graveyard.
Keep in mind not to land in the snow. Even here, and I kind of just glance down at where I ate it. It's pretty obvious that somebody landed here. And I'm sure even if somebody somehow were to be able to get up on the roof of this thing, will notice that we were there. So we, on the way out, if we leave through the same path, will have to cover our tracks as well as possible. But that's for
Agreed.
later.
Yes.
And then I'll immediately open with a detect magic that will then dispel the invisibility.
Okay. You cast detect magic and become visible again.
Mm-hmm.
In the radius around yourself, other than Myzel, obviously, you don't see anything immediately magical.
Lol. Sorry, laughing at the fact that it made me put a thing there.
Yep.
Nothing immediately magical, okay. So I'll say to Myzel, this area is clear. Go check out the rest. I'm just gonna walk around this side of the building. But I assume whatever we're looking for is either underground or inside this building. And I also am fairly certain that if this woman is worried about this building, then we're dealing with probably some vampires that are holding up in here.
Definitely sounds like a good conclusion, especially since it's during the day. They would want to be outside. Okay.
Did you tell me she's an elf?
I probably he probably would have mentioned like it's a woman. Sun elf is planting
Mhm.
seeds and flowers.
Also, to keep in mind, if it's possible for you with your eyes to check whether there is this peculiar aura around her as well. If it is, we're dealing with high ranking vampires. Elves are generally hard to mind control, so it will take a serious effort for anybody to do so.
All right. Well, this is gonna spend more magic than I really want to right now, but Mizell will kind of perch in one of the trees to like not make any footprints on the ground, and take a moment to cast Detect Magic, dropping his own invisibility very briefly, and then concentrating on a second spell, recast invisibility.
Okay, I'm gonna. Well, she's tending to the flowers and frantic, so I'm gonna give her a disadvantage. Yeah. She doesn't catch your process of spellcasting. She seems to be rather accelerated in whatever she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
What were you casting again? Detect magic?
Yes. So he's also got Detect Magic going, but he's going to be mobile going through here.
Okay.
So he'll start by he'll kind of like make a circuit of the graveyard first, flying to this building, checking out if he can see anything down inside. And then he'll like check each of the individual buildings, and then as he goes through, looking for any magical signatures.
And
Okay.
not to interrupt that, but where were the two sets of stairs as I do interrupt?
We established those buildings looked like they might contain
Yeah.
stairs that go further down into like
Right,
crypts
like,
or
but
something.
where? Which ones?
There are about 4 of them around the perimeter. Kind of like
Okay.
we could say in the image they're like here, 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 and like around here.
Okay, then in that case, and the woman was walking this direction?
Yeah, she's around. She's around this area, like tending to the plants in that space.
Okay, then I would like to cross the road quickly to here, if possible.
Oh, that was where Mizell was flying first.
Oh, I would tell you. I can cover this side.
Oh,
You go the other way.
All right. Roll a stealth check.
Okay, I have advantage.
You do.
Nice.
beautiful.
Hang on. Do I chronal shift myself?
Do I chrono shit myself?
Because I am chronal shitting all my dice rolls tonight.
Chrono shitting all over them.
I'm thinking. Give me a second.
You might want to save it in case you have to jump again.
That's true.
Unmuting for the snipe.
It's true. Now, stealth. Okay, let me ask
Yeah.
one question before I decide. From where I am, if I am as quietly as possible trying to cross here, do I think that she is the one that could see me? Like, could she see me with this big tree in the way and everything?
Sorry, what?
So, since I'm trying to cross the, like, little walkway here, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the tree and everything in the way, do I believe that she could see me? Because obviously I realize I'm not being terribly stealthy, and I realize I'm leaving footsteps and everything in the snow. Do I think that would alert her?
As you were crossing, like about to cross / in the process of crossing,
Mm-hmm.
the area is like average. Like it's not super like, oh, it's really easy to stealth around here. Like there's so many obstacles, but it's also there's a decent amount of obstacles, like gravestones, trees, etc. Although there are also some pretty open areas, so it's depends more on the skill. You are not doing your best effort, which you're going to realize after you have already started.
Yeah.
But she is also kind of like trying to do her stuff as fast as she can and not. Sometimes she is glancing nervously in the mausoleum's direction. But on the whole, it seems like she's trying to focus on her work to just get it over with.
Okay.
So it is a little bit of a like, it's risky. At any point, she could turn and spot you. Doesn't seem like she's doing it right now.
I'm gonna take one more look at my shit before I decide. Imagine if she like sees me, I cast a tiny hut.
Silvery barbs.
We don't have that in this game. I've looked.
Okay, actually, wait. Quick question on that. The minor selenomancy mentioned silvery barbs. Are you
That's
keeping that or
true.
replacing it?
I need to replace it. Yes.
Damn. Okay.
I need to replace it, or I'm gonna tweak silver barbs in some way so that it actually just grants advantage or disadvantage instead of just re-rolling.
Okay.
I am letting it go.
Let it go.
Back roller C.
Okay. You cross over and begin your detect magic assessment. It doesn't seem like she spots you.
Okay.
W.
Now I'll let my Zell go, but so you are aware, I want to get to one of these buildings.
Yes.
Look down the stairs and potentially take a few steps down as well. So I'm gonna let
You
my
guys are
Zell
just
go.
assuming there are stairs there. I never confirmed the stairs.
I thought someone said there's like stairs that seem
You
to
guys
go
are
down.
good. You guys got so hung on the word stairs, it's unreal.
What is it then?
But there are stairs.
Oh my god, fuck
What
off.
It's just that I never said there were. I just said like there might be, and you're like, guys, there are stairs.
I thought someone confirmed that it looks like it leads down into the like structure underground, but whichever. If there wasn't, then I'm gonna go check, and if there are, then I will want to go down. But yeah,
Okay. Are you going down? Like, okay. Well,
I'm gonna let my Zell go first, and then
right. So, Maisel, you want to investigate the upper part, right?
Yeah, he'll fly. He'll do a fly around of the mausoleum itself, see if he can glean anything magical about it first.
Nope. Mausoleum seems to be a perfectly normal building made of very heavy stone.
Okay, that's true. A big, thick stone will block some detect magic, so Mizell will file that away for the moment. But knowing that the building itself is non-magical is worth knowing. All right, he will then move on to this building. Anything magical in between here and here?
Well, at this stage, I need you to roll stealth and investigation.
Okay, okay. Stealth. Oh, the way that tipped. Okay, and then investigation.
Damn.
Jesus Christ!
Why did it
Why
go off
three?
3 times?
Why did it go off 3 times?
It gives me a weird
I don't made the
pop-up
macro. I
also.
play idle.
All right.
Look into it.
You managed to remain undetected, and as you scan the perimeter and then get closer to this edification and also investigate a little bit of, take a look at some of the some of the gravestones, take a look at the ground, see if there's anything there. You find a couple of things.
Okay.
At a certain spot, sort of like on the perimeter of the mausoleum, like around a corner, you find a glass bottle. Like a little cracked,
Okay.
but still a little wet. So like recent.
Oh yeah.
Is it
Shut the fuck
like a liquor bottle or
Seems to be
a
liquor.
ocean bottle? Okay.
Seems to be a local liquor brand. Pretty fancy too.
Possibly from the
also-
guard outside.
You also find over on the ground, like sort of like at a certain points of the ground, cigarette butts.
Okay.
Cigarettes. Got smokers in the
And-
house.
And at a certain area, you kind of look at something that seems to stand out a little bit from the rest, and it leads your gaze downwards. And as you approach it, you notice that it's not magical, actively magical, but it seems to have some residual magic. There is a little splash of this green sort of goo. Like on the corner of a building.
Oh. Is
Green
it
goo.
on the corner of this building?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if there's a place like under the overhang that's stone with where he won't leave tracks in the snow, he'll set down there for a moment. Also, as he was passing this way, did he catch the elf in his detect magic?
Well,
She was kind of over here, right?
Well, if you want to approach, if you want to stay hidden from her, you're gonna have to stay a little far from her.
He
'Cause,
wants
your
to
flight,
just.
because like your flight is not magical. You're beating your wings. That makes noise.
Yeah, I know. I think his plan would be to like get high enough up that he could then glide within 30 feet of her, and then get a little bit further away again, so that he doesn't have to like flap a lot.
Roll like for acrobatics. That's a pretty involved movement.
Okay.
Well, process
Stuff
of
from
doing that,
earlier was
you
good. So like whatever he does it quietly.
yeah, exactly. you had a good thought, but you don't manage to control the sort of wind flow in your wings that well, and you kind of like drift off course a little. Go like, oh shit! You managed to recover and not make too much noise in the process, but you do get kind of like blown a different way and don't manage to get near the woman that much.
Okay. In that case, he'll just go ahead and land on the steps right here.
Yeah. So this is a kind of like a rectangular structure, and there is a similarly rectangular but smaller opening right in front of it. The other one too. They look both pretty much the same. They're not too decorated. They're very simple, and they just have like these simple iron fences in front of them, which are locked. There is sort of like a lock there. Unlike the mausoleum, it's not like this hefty, complicated lock, because the mausoleum has 3 places where it seems like you can put a key in it. It's pretty complex. These ones just a simple gate with a lock. You can even potentially break it if you wish, and if you're strong enough, I guess. And then right after this gate, it seems like there is a stone stairs leading down in complete darkness beyond what the sunlight can penetrate.
Okay. I do have 60 feet of dark vision. Am I able to see anything down into the steps?
You can see more stairs.
More stairs, so that goes down a long ways.
Yeah. It also feels like as you like at the very end of the steps of the stairs you can see. It feels like you see for just a brief moment, like a hand getting out of the darkness and slamming against the stairs, and then kind of like dragging back into the darkness. Like it's
Nice.
clawing
Ooh.
at the stair.
Do I hear anything down there?
No.
Did the hand appear to be like living flesh, or was it kind of very mottled, pale claws?
It seemed to be very pale. Make a will saving throw.
It's a white person.
saving throw. That is the wisdom or
It's charisma or intelligence.
charisma or intelligence. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's maybe not fine.
11.
I will use my sorceress something. I'm forgetting the name of the actual feature to re-roll that. So I'm gonna spend a sorcery point and then roll again to take the higher. That's better.
Okay. The sight of the hand is very sudden and it's quite unsettling, but you do steal your nerves and this doesn't let you get you too much.
He's kind of like, eee.
Yeah, spooky.
Okay. So undead looking hand down in there. So there were this one is gated and locked, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How far across is this graveyard? Oh no, I can't cast message or it'll undo my invisibility. Okay. Nope. I'm gonna go investigate the goo on the side of the building a little more closely and try and see if there's anything I can figure out about that.
All right, we're gonna pan over to Noah.
Okay.
What were you doing there, Noah?
So I'd like to check out the stairs that are there, right? I'd like to look down first with my dark vision.
Yeah, you see much the same thing. There is a sort of like iron gate with a lock, like a padlock,
Mm-hmm.
and a set of stairs going down that go. You don't know how much, but they go beyond your current dark vision range.
Okay. In that case, what I'd like to do here, I'll take a few steps down.
How do you open the lock? There is a gate with a lock, a lock gate, if you will, in front of the stairs.
What does the key? Can I inspect the key? Like the keyhole, sorry.
Yeah.
To see whether I can kind of gauge what kind of key I would need.
Do you have proficiency with thieves' tools?
No.
Well, then you're not very knowledgeable about keyholes, I think. Like you can sort of take a look at it, but it's.
I'm wondering. Okay, now another question. Sorry to. Because I was thinking I can create stuff. Maybe I could create a key, but that doesn't sound reasonable. What if I were to cast an icy spell into the lock, would that perhaps break it and make it easier for me to just rip it open?
That might work, yes.
Okay.
If you
Marcel's words echo in your head. We're on a stealth mission. Don't leave a trace.
It's quiet.
Don't leave a trace.
It's quiet.
There's no voice.
roll an intelligence check. Nature, I guess nature check. It's science,
Nature.
technically.
Okay. Like, what is happening?
We're rolling so badly.
I have not rolled
Well,
above a 10.
it's still average thanks to your modifier. So even if you freeze it up, metal is still pretty hardy.
God damn, cunt. What are these rolls, bro? Okay.
There are ways around it, but you just can't
Yeah.
figure them out. But freezing helps. It makes it more brittle. Just that with metal, might not make it brittle enough, unless you
Well,
put in some real strength.
From a technical standpoint, it would expand the metal of the lock and break it.
That's what I'm thinking it does.
Cold makes it shrink.
Yeah, cold makes it shrink.
Yeah, like in the reverse. That's what I'm thinking it would do, and then might make it easier for me to.
Out of table, what I'm getting at is that if you freeze it real fast and then heat it up real fast, it might break it from the expansion. But Noah doesn't know that because it didn't roll well enough.
That's so stupid.
Noah is so stupid.
No.
Actually, hold
it's
on.
the dice.
I would argue maybe instead of nature, it might be alchemy supplies because knowing the properties of a metal would be more alchemy.
Well,
I do have alchemist supplies.
I
Proficiency.
mean,
But
yeah,
I rolled
it
it
wouldn't
too,
change.
regardless.
It's the same proficiency.
Yeah,
Like,
it's my same
Okay,
mod.
fair.
there is no saving, my guy.
You don't have
Yeah,
expertise? Hello?
No, I rolled like an animal.
I mean, he would have what +3? It'd be a
Plus
14.
4.
Yeah, +4, it'd be a 14. 15. Regardless, since I can't figure this out, this is a problem that has stumped me in so many ways. I'm going to walk on over to the other building and see if there is an open stairwell that leads down.
No, there is a very similar site. The size of the building obviously is not exactly the same, but it seems to be much the same idea. It's stairs leading down with a gated and locked fence.
Any stones nearby?
There's several stones, especially gravestones, stones of the grave persuasion.
Stop, not like that. Like a little pebble.
But there are, there are
Yeah, okay.
pebbles and stuff like
Imagine I pick up a whole ass gravestone. I'm going
I
to
mean,
pick up a pebble, and
that. I
I'm
don't know
going
what you're
to.
doing, man.
And I'm gonna toss it through the gate. I assume it's one of those like metal bars type situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna pick up a stone. Gonna walk on over to the gate again. By the way, detect magic is up. Anything pinging from below?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna toss a pebble down, and I'll look and I'll wait. What?
Okay, you toss it down, and it does this like sound, aggressively getting fainter until it stops. As you toss it, though, you see like this pebble flying, and you see a couple other things flying as if they had been thrown from behind you, like over your shoulders, both of your shoulders. Like this couple of little balls. The pebble goes and like clack, 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 clack. And these things, they don't clack against the floor. They just keep like kind of like make this bouncy like noise as they begin to go down the stairs. And right as they reach, they kind of like stop. They lose momentum a little earlier than the pebble. The pebble leaves your vision eventually. These things stop and begin rolling slower. Right as they are near the edge of your range. And as they roll, they turn to face you, and you can see a couple of scleras.
Eyeballs.
Yes. As you see
So
a
hang
couple
on,
of
they came from
eyeballs.
behind me.
They seem to come from behind you. Yes. They kind of like roll and reveal themselves to you. These pair of eyeballs of different colors, and then they continue rolling and fade away into nothing, as if they had just gone slow motion for a second, just to look at you. I need you to roll a will save as well.
What was that again?
A will save, intelligence or charisma.
Uh, yeah. Like, it's good, but what? Still not above a 10.
It's good. Just like with myself, it's an unnerving experience, but you don't let it get to you too much, and still have your wits about you.
Uh-huh. I'd like to look behind myself.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing there. I'd like to inspect the ground. Different set of footsteps behind me, perhaps?
Nope. Make an investigation check, though.
This will be the one.
It's
19.
a 10. Huge.
You find near the corner of this building some green goo. And in a different direction, just because you were looking at the floor, you don't see any footsteps, nothing of the sort. Not behind you anyway, but there are like footprints over the graveyard, just to be clear. Oh. Forgot to mention a little detail, but well, you haven't investigated the graveyard at large, just a small area. But
I got a nat 20 investigating the ground as I went by.
Yeah. I'll get to you in a bit. But no, you also find a little bit of lipstick, like a used up little lipstick thing.
Is that a thing that, like... Is that like a symbol of... what's the word for this? Like, affluence?
Would be, yes. It's not too common for like the common folk to use lipstick.
Is it nearby?
It's just kind of tossed around somewhere on the ground. It's not particularly like glued to the stair entrance.
I'll bend down and I'll pick it up.
You bend over,
I bend over and I pick it up.
pick it up. It's like this dark red lipstick, or what remains of it anyway. Seems to have been used.
Does it remind me of the blood of my enemies?
It does remind you of the blood of your enemies.
Okay. Well, I think I didn't recognize what these two eyes were, right?
Not in particular, no.
And I haven't felt any magic either.
There is a little bit of ethereal residue on the green goo.
Is the woman still around here?
Seems to be around here now. Whereabouts?
Okay.
Going.
Which way are you going?
This way here.
Sort of like going northeast.
Okay.
But to add to your investigation checks, both of you, you do notice that a few, not all, a few of the graves seem to have been messed with. Like the earth around it seems to have been moved recently.
There's zombies. The vampire's making zombies.
Brawls. I'm going to slowly but surely make my way back here. I don't think I can find out anything. What is this here? I don't recognize it. Is it like a little hill or something like that? Is that supposed to be here?
the map is more evocational for vibes than more
Right.
accurate. So it's like let's say it's like a particularly large gravestone.
Okay. In that case, before making my way here, I want to make my way here.
Like a boy.
Very subtly, very cat-like, gracefully. Just so I get close enough to the tree to detect magic as well. And from there, I'm gonna make my way to back here, to wait for Myzel.
Okay. At this point, I think I will ask you to renew your stealth check.
Okay.
Our woman also gets a chance at redemption.
Okay, now I'm on.
Okay, you're good. You cat-like drift from gravestone to gravestone, unseen, unheard. You stumble upon a couple more liquor bottles. Some cigarette butts here and there too.
So this is a graveyard.
Oh my god!
I hate it.
Myzel, what were you doing? You were inspecting the ecto...
Uh-huh.
the green goo?
The what?
The green goo?
That very much resembles ectoplasm?
Myzel doesn't know that yet.
Yet.
That's Zach.
What does he need to roll?
Arcana
Fuck.
Zach was here.
or religion.
Okay. Actually, wait. No, they're the same.
So cooler.
Hey!
22. Okay, the mysterious green goo is in fact a substance known as ectoplasm. It is a... Well, it is a residue of the sort of like ethereal composition or uncomposition of ghosts' bodies. Apparitions, which are supernatural phenomena that the arcane has some explanations for, but doesn't quite... they do not yet have explanations that completely debunk the religious theories about them. But ectoplasm is a very well-documented trace that is left behind when ghosts sort of like make their way through the world they're living. Like sometimes maybe if a ghost phases through a wall, after it's done phasing through it, there will be a little bit of ectoplasm, this green goo, left behind. It doesn't do any harm necessarily. Just by touching it. Consuming it can be questionable. Doesn't have magical properties in and of itself, but it can be gathered to create potions or magical items that perhaps evoke some of the traits of ghosts.
Okay. For now, he will leave it be untouched.
Okay.
All right, new idea to try and lay senses on the Sun Elf. He's gonna fly a little bit ahead of where she's going to be, and like judging based on her current path, he's gonna like cling to a wall or a tree or something somewhere that she'll pass by him, so that he can gaze upon her with his magical eyes.
Man, this session has been so out there with all of the campy ass ideas just because you don't want to brute force your way through like a couple of commoners.
Hey, we're not murder hobos.
No, I know, and I love you guys for it. Like I love the creativity that went into like not using your level 10s like a fucking maul.
Wait, we get
or
level
hammer.
10s?
I mean, you're level 10.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
First of all, though, as you inspect the ectoplasm and begin to remember all the details about ghosts, just hear in your ear a little bit of a... Make a will saving throw again.
Again? Okay. Actually, do I, as a Fey individual, get advantage on such things?
No.
No? Okay. Uh-huh.
Pretty good. Again, very spooky phenomenon happening in this graveyard, but don't let it get to you.
Do I
Even though
kind
you
of get
can't.
the sense that it's trying to frighten me or take possession of me?
With this one and the other, it's not even that something is trying to do anything. You don't. It's not like you felt like something was attacking you or anything. It's just that something sinister happened to you, and you're just trying to keep your wits about it, about yourself.
Okay. Got it.
As for your plan, though, you wanted to sort of like stick to a wall or something and let her pass through, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Repeat your stealth check then.
Okie dokie. Do I get advantage on this one if I use my spider climb?
Just stick to the wall. I would say that is a fair usage of spider climb. You also have advantage from being invisible, and you have disadvantage from the sunlight, so you have advantage anyway.
True.
16. Our good woman is a little spooked, and she is not. She's not paying too much attention, so she goes about her business, tending to the plants. She's planting a lot of flowers in sort of like this black and dark red tones all around the graveyard. As she approaches, you can detect that she is indeed under the same sort of spell as most of the city is. But doesn't seem to be anything else on her.
And is she carrying anything magical like the seeds or the tools or anything like that?
Nope. Normal seeds, normal tools, normal plants.
Okay. Making those. Okay. Having gotten that look, he'll let her pass on by and then kind of take one more circuit of the rest of the graveyard, kind of going down this way and then back over this way before looping back to where they started. Does he see anything interesting on his flight through?
Roll another perception check. Well, investigation, I guess.
I mean, this is more looking, not touching, right?
Well, yeah, it's always a tough call. It's perception, investigation. Well, you can decide.
I like perception.
22. You give the whole grounds another once over, and you continue to spot a few graves that seem to have been recently moved around. Some cigarette butts, some liquor bottles again, a few scraps of things that seem like bags or something like that. Nothing too, nothing super weird, but at the same time, a few common mundane items that don't seem to fit like a graveyard. Normally, at least, not a graveyard that has a gravekeeper that is actively like taking care of the grounds. A few places here and there with the same sort of ectoplasm, but nothing else.
Okay. can see. I was trying to read. Can detect magic see like the presence of something invisible because it's a magical effect?
Yeah, it can detect like magic near you, I think.
So
Just
he
doesn't
wouldn't be
let
able
you
to.
see the thing.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to see Noah, but as he kind of like flies back over and kind of latches onto the side of the building to not leave footprints, he'll say, "Oh, this place is creepy even for a graveyard."
Well,
Oh wait, no,
I'm
Noah's not even invisible. I forgot.
I'm not invisible,
He's
yeah.
completely visible.
Just-
Okay. Yeah, so he says that.
I'm sure there's vampires here. I saw a set of eyes nearby me while I was inspecting the area.
You didn't open up any of the buildings, did you?
No, but I thought about it.
I'm glad you didn't. I saw a hand in one of them. I think they're undead down below in the catacombs. Did you notice that some of the graves have been turned up?
Yes, I saw that, although I didn't really go check any of them out.
It might be worth trying to check if there's any kind of bodies or anything. Uh, are you... Before I do that, though, are you about ready to get out of here? I don't know how much more we can inspect without trying to, bust down one of
Bust down. What time is it?
You've been investigating here for a while, so it's kind of like mid-afternoon.
Okay. So I'm good to get out, but we'll have to keep in mind footprints everywhere of ours.
Mhm.
So we'll be found out at some point, surely.
I think we can cover those over.
Um,
Mhm.
fuck. This is another detail I should have said. There are footprints all over the graveyard.
Already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not even you guys, is several even.
Can we look at them and see if we recognize like
Is it
humanoid
shoes?
skeletal shoes?
High
Yeah.
heels?
Seem to be boots.
Okay.
A couple of high
Boots.
heels.
Okay. So maybe some of the parties that happen end here, if that makes sense. I do have a feeling that whatever party is happening is only a means to an end, a means to create more vampires or quiet followers, I suppose.
Agreed. And I think we should probably come back and do some surveillance on this place during the night.
I
Not
agree.
enter it by any means yet, but at least check it out.
Now, this big building here, I think they refer to it as a mausoleum. That is the most interesting one. Yeah, they. But that is the most interesting one. I think that's probably where they're all lurking, and unless I'm completely mistaken, they're probably aware that we were here. I don't think I fell very elegantly. Let's just say that.
At the very least, the elf didn't realize it was you. So I ruffled some snow, but it's very possible. And you have to keep in mind that even though we can detect the presence of magic, a thick stone building might block our ability to sense it. So there's likely quite a bit going on in there that we have no idea about.
And that's probably where that thing that Iluna felt is as well.
Very likely. And it probably also goes underground. But let's get out of here and then
That'll be good for you, right?
convene with the others. Well, if we come back at night, it won't really bother me either, but anything else will also be at full strength.
Well, perhaps not tonight then. I think you and I went through a respectable amount of magic on our clumsy way in here and through it.
It's true, I've still got about half a tank in me, but not brimming with it. All right, let's get out of here. Does the orphanage sound good? Try and meet up with the others.
1 second. I'll speak through my token once again. We're done with our investigation. We could meet you now, if you'd like. Where are you?
I don't think Rala would have taken it from Noah.
Fair. I gave it to someone, I don't remember who.
Probably would have had Aluna keep it.
One of the adults have it.
That's simply Aluna.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you didn't think you'd have to talk this episode, did you, huh?
I'm also leaning very far back in my chair currently.
What am I responding to?
I said, through the token, I said, we're done with our investigation. We could meet you at the orphanage if you'd like, or elsewhere. Let me know.
Sure, what you find?
I'll tell. Well, you can't. Fuck. You can't respond through it. Why did I say let me know?
Well, you could.
Well, you can cast a spell.
You could perceive through it, and then if she says something, you could hear it.
Just yelling at it.
I'll say, let me know. Give me a second. And I'll close my eyes and lock into my token. And I think for this purpose of my peering through it, this earring that you're holding right now, perfectly round. And as I focus on it, you see within the center of the earring, in this open space, there's a swirling of energy that turns into a little eyeball, and you'll recognize it as one of my eyeballs. And as I'm looking through.
I love it. That's amazing.
Oh God.
Drop the eyeball.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh.
And I just squint.
Oh, that's gross.
Does it always do that? Why does it do that?
Night.
I can't do both at the same time, I don't believe.
Talk and perceive?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Or you just hear a shit talking you and you can't say anything about it.
Well,
Well, you want to see an eyeball?
yeah, I don't think I can. Well, it doesn't really say if I can't. What would you say, DM? It doesn't really say if I can do both at the same time. It tells me that one is an act, like they're both actions, but it doesn't tell me if I could lock in and then talk, for example.
What do you mean? Like, what is the phrasing?
So, like, there is no phrasing. But for example, right now I'm using the ability to look and see and hear through it.
Yeah.
Can I also speak at the same time? There is no phrasing that says I can't, but there's also none that says I can.
Right, but like, does the original feature let you speak through it like freely?
Yeah.
Then yeah, you can. It's fine.
Okay.
If
So
it lets you do that, then it's just not a bonus.
Perfect. So I'm looking through it right now, and I'm hearing a shit talking, and I'll say, I know where you live. Now, where do you want us to meet?
I don't know how he does this. I guess how far away is our house from the orphanage?
Hmm.
What's the timeline of all this? Versus
This is like mid-afternoon, so you would have already finished all your business in the orphanage.
Okay, then I get. We didn't want to go too far away.
I just had the grossest thought. Imagine if while this eye is in the middle of the ring, when I talk, the eyelids move as if to mimic lips.
That was exactly what I was imagining, but I didn't say anything.
Oh god, that's
kind of like yeah.
That's insane.
I had imagined something else actually, but I'm gonna keep it to myself too.
Yep.
Oh, the eye stuff. Ugh.
I know. Actually,
This is the one thing that really like squicks me out.
You know that
Alright.
demon in Demon Slayer that has like an eye popping out of lips?
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
I hate it.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, well, where do you guys want to meet us? Do you want us to be closer at the orphanage or at the house?
I'll speak out loud in person. House or orphanage, Mazel?
Orphanage is closer.
Through the eyeball. Orphanage.
Why'd you say it
I'm
like
not
that?
saying that.
Were you talking this way? You don't talk like this to me.
It's a little confusing to split my mind two directions.
Okay.
This was
Just-
my inner voice.
And then, like, as he says orphanage, he just reaches out and touches Noah on the shoulder and uses that word as the directions for another dimension door. And they just appear behind the orphanage.
Okay. Quick and
And
easy.
then, so immediately after I say that's my inner voice, I'll say, "We're here."
This is
And
my other
I'll-
voice.
And I log out of the account and the eyeball dissipates.
Not the account.
Okay. She picks it back up and puts it into her boob pocket.
I
Wait,
feel
why did
like-
that roll dice? Oh, that rolled the dice in case we land inside a building? That's so funny.
Oh.
That's awesome. That's so funny. What?
It automatically assumes you're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah!
Yep. Love it.
Oh, you have a fancy thing for the spell points.
Yeah, it's, when it deducts spell points, it says it in the GM chat.
Yeah, cool. Anyway, yeah. So you guys have met up back with the orphanage group.
Oh, that graveyard is so creepy. Let's go back tonight.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I think, well, how did it go on your end?
Story.
Go ahead.
Ghost stories from children, mostly.
Well, I think we might be dealing with either actual ghosts or vampires. The graveyard, although we didn't see anything concrete, I think the signs are there.
Didn't you see the ectoplasm on the building wall? There were definitely ghosts here.
I
It's
saw it.
ectoplasm.
It's a sign of ghostly activity.
Okay. That's
That's new.
And
it's not unsurprising, but also not the best.
And I saw a peculiar set of incorporeal eyes fly by me and descend into one of the structures inside.
And I saw a zombie hand, and the graves were turned up, so they're definitely reanimating the dead.
And I found this, and I'll bring out the lipstick. It's in color, blood of your enemies, and, well, from what I understand, usually people with money have lipstick. So these parties might be connected to the activity that is happening in the graveyard. We saw bottles as well, and cigarette butts.
Some fancy
So-
liquor.
It's all connected, as we thought.
Alright.
Unfortunately, we were not able to make it into the mausoleum itself. There was a very large door that we could not open without attracting unwanted attention, and the walls were thick enough that we couldn't even perceive anything on the other side of it.
Oh, and there was an elf, a woman. She was planting some seeds in the middle of winter in the graveyard. Not entirely sure what that was about.
And she was affected by the same spell as everyone else. The guard
So-
at the front of the graveyard, too. They won't let anyone in. They said it's under construction, disease, blah, blah. It's obvious lies, but
Oh,
he was
true.
making it up himself. not.
We should have mentioned that. We had to sneak in because the guard wouldn't let us in. As you would say, Luna, shit's fucked.
He's kind of looking between the two of you as you go back and forth with more and more information. Okay. I think that's plenty for us to start an investigation.
And you said there was ghost stories? What kind? Not that I believe in them or anything, but you know,
Oh, you should very much believe in them.
I mean, you're telling us a ghost story, so
but those are probably just vampires.
Why couldn't they be ghosts?
Ghosts don't exist.
Why wouldn't ghosts exist?
You just said there was ghost goo.
Yeah, but that could also just be something random, some sort of green liquid.
No, I need to understand very, very well, as someone who's adventured for a long time, ghosts are real.
Have you seen a ghost before?
Yes, so have you.
The next
I've-
thing you know, he'll be telling us the moons are flat.
What do you mean I've seen a ghost?
We track down spirits. What are spirits if not ghosts?
That's different.
No,
I
it's not.
believe I technically count as a ghost as well.
There you go.
I don't see you as a ghost.
You fought him. He is
I know.
not a physical body.
you're not like other ghosts. You're a different kind.
Yeah. Well, I can also not have a physical body sometimes. I'm not a ghost.
Hmm.
How can you not have a physical body?
Like this, and I'll cast Blink and disappear.
It's wasting spells.
Oh no.
Oh,
first
you have to
roll.
roll for it. You don't just disappear.
Night
I'll
is go-
disappear
Night is
eventually.
gonna come, and y'all are gonna be like, okay, no, we need to do this tomorrow because we wasted all of our stuff.
All right, so you don't blink yet.
No, I do. I disappeared. 4 to 6. I'm out.
Or
Wait, they
six?
changed it to a D6? That's interesting. It used to be
Yeah.
a D20.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it's a D6 now.
Yeah, they made it a little easier.
No, it's the same though.
No, not easier in terms of like the chance being higher, but just like the
Smaller
roll
die.
being simpler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he goes into the ethereal plane, right?
Yeah.
Aluna just stares at you unimpressed. Because she can see you.
Only you can see me. And I'll
No one
pop back
find a way
in.
to punch you in the ethereal plane.
Well, if we find some ghosts, maybe you can ask them.
No, I need you to understand that spirits are just ghosts.
I somehow don't believe that.
I stand.
How? I need you to explain in a logical way how a spirit is different from a ghost.
I feel as though ghosts sound fake.
So what are
I
spirits?
can't fault his logic.
Spirits, I feel like, are residues of the living. Ghosts, I somehow feel like that's someone who died, left, and then came back. And
Regardless, we're dealing with some incorporeal artifact
Ghosts.
that's moving
have
around in a
names.
lifelike manner. Can we just
We don't need
agree
to
on that
change
fact?
the phrase because he doesn't believe in ghosts for some reason.
I'm
Well,
just trying to
if-
move beyond the point.
that's fair. So, what's the plan for tonight?
Well, it seems you two have been dancing around with a bit of magic. We'll take a short respite and then come back later at night. Does that sound good to everyone?
Are we bringing, are we bringing her along?
I mean,
Is
that
he
would
looking
be
at
it.
Rala?
Yeah.
Do you want to come along with us?
Winks itself.
There's such a complicated expression on Aluna's face you cannot believe.
Can I come?
Well, the first thing is, do you want to come?
It will be dangerous.
It'll be scary. There will be ghosts.
What are you in a fight?
She, a little happiness sort of spreads on her face of, ooh, inclusion. Oh, I'm about to do, I'm about to be part of something. Ooh, boy. And
Making Aluna so nervous.
I can't believe none of you caught the fact that Noah just admitted ghosts exist.
Huh?
Noah literally
No,
just said it would be
that was-
dangerous. There would be ghosts.
No,
That was-
And I,
no.
and I was
Obviously
like, holy
sarcastic.
shit!
That was obviously sarcastic.
Listen, even if I were to bring that up, he would immediately just go back to his ways. So there's no point in talking to him. It's like,
she's trusting
Anyway,
to most
continue.
people, but not Noah. So she would have known his BS. She'll,
Real.
proudly proclaim, I'm not afraid of no ghosts, and I had to. After the ecto cooler, I had to. And I can hold my own. Don't worry. I won't drag you down.
I never knew you to be a fighter. How do you fight? Do you use magic?
I mean, I haven't done it so much since I came here, but I just hit people.
I look at her size. You hit people?
Yeah. You take
Like, hard?
a pipe and you just kind of bet. Those mimics like striking at Noah's leg.
I mean, we're gonna rest in a moment. Do you want her to hit you to see if she can hit someone hard enough?
Oh, I mean, she could just hit me.
Oh,
No,
Here we go.
well,
no.
well,
I can hear Noah. Mr. Bookman, I can hear him.
Actually, no, you can hit Noah. That's fine.
I look at the whole group, and there's a deep sense of betrayal in my expression.
you did take her book for several weeks.
That was an accident.
Could you imagine
Listen.
if they took your favorite book in the next installment for weeks on
Let's
end?
go back to the house and regroup. It would hardly be fitting if the guards or someone sees us brawling in public.
I
It
made
wouldn't be so much
sure
a brawl, I think. It's
it'll be just one punch, but also I made sure nobody could have my favorite book. That's why I took it.
I think you're just giving more ammunition for this punch.
Yeah, I mean, I really just kind of want this to happen now.
Go for it.
What? Punch you? Or can I hit you?
Hit him.
Alright.
Give him your best shot.
She,
Give me your best shot, whatever that is.
you just hear the thud of metal as she unfurls Gigi.
With Gigi?
Yeah, let me at him. Let me at him. Let me at him.
Get him. Get him.
I say, with Gigi?
We'll be even, promise.
This dude this dude does not listen to a thing anyone says to. Rala said you just take a pipe, a metal pipe, and you just hit him.
Just bet.
Those were her
Mizell
exact
He's
words.
just holding his head in his hands. Like, I tried to stop this.
Alright, here I go.
It's advantage because he's letting you.
23.
23 hits.
Good fish. He was letting you hit.
19 damage.
Okay.
Wait. It was advantage. Crit fish.
Good fish. Good fish. Dun-dun.
What am I focusing on?
Ah.
Oh my god, my concentration broke. I don't remember on what.
I think it
but
was for
broke.
detect magic.
Oh, detect magic, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you take
And
19 damage.
Where did you hit me?
In the leg.
And I kind of
Kneecap.
start doing that dance where I'm holding my leg and I'm hopping on one leg, just like shit, fuck, tits ass, god damn it.
I think that makes you even now. So that's the end of the book.
What? I think yeah. I think she's got that.
Yep.
All
I'm
right,
happy.
but fine. You can come, but fuck. Okay, so who's going to keep an eye on her when we're in the fight? Because fights will happen.
Stick with me. I can get you out of trouble if it happens.
I will, from my usual distance, keep an eye on you as well and try to control the area around you. So, Rala, if you feel like there's too much trouble, either run to mom or run toward me. Got it?
Does that make you dad?
Am I mom?
You're not mom.
I'm mom?
You're mom.
I'm too young to be a mother.
Luna, you're my mom. You can't be both moms.
What's that soundbite of like, I'm the gay uncle, you're the mom. Makes me.
I'm pretty sure I
I'm
can
just like a
multiple
cool
mom.
older sister more
Hey,
thing.
she's only Lily is like 3 years older, right?
Yep.
I think I'm
Probably.
17.
Yeah, you're only a couple
Yeah,
years
exactly.
older, so
You're also
Okay.
a teenager.
Yeah,
Run-
I'm
And
like
it's that point of teenager of like, I'm so mature now. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
I somehow feel like it'll be safer for you to run to Lilia. Because the way I've seen Luna fight, once she's in there, oof, it's not good for the enemy, and you wouldn't want her out of there. Lilia is really good at getting in and out, and she's brawny, and tough, and strong.
I can always just like throw you out of the battle if I got to.
these are all true things.
If you throw her, that's also not bad. I have several ways in which I could catch her.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
I also think I could do this new thing where I think I could jump with some real far with somebody.
Like a bunny?
No.
The thought that went
Just
into this.
no.
No.
This is a very powerful no.
Yeah.
Nor.
I need you to understand
No.
that was an emphatic no.
Okay, fellas, just so we can
We're
kind of
gonna
gauge things for our. Yeah, are you just gonna rest and then set out it when
head
after the
for
sun has set?
Yeah.
head for safe house, take a rest,
Mhm.
and then we'll go back to the graveyard to begin our investigation of the fuckery of the night
Alright.
ghosts.
All right, just a little bit then. We're gonna call it post haste. You guys can all take a short rest if you will. You can roll all of your any hit dice you want. You can use short
It's actually a
rest
lot more damage than I thought she was gonna do.
recovery abilities.
Yeah, that's like a third of Noah's HP.
No, it's not.
Not at all.
19 is a lot for one hit though.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to say one more thing and it forgot. Nope, it's gone completely. Yeah, I forgot. Whatever. I'll try to remember.
All right. You rest in your in the place you have all for yourselves, each of you in your own way, to recover whatever you had expended during the day, which for Lily and Iluna and Rala is nothing really, just a normal day so far probably. For Myzel and Noah, they have exhausted a lot of magic already. Myzel especially, who was doing a lot of the casting there. Noah mainly had to recover the damage he took from. Well, it was like 8% of the damage was from falling. 92 was just from getting clobbered by Gigi.
I am going to do arcane recovery as well, just to have that.
Okay. All right. As night hits, do you want to go like close to midnight, after midnight, before midnight, but just at night?
What do we think is the least active?
Oh, I suppose like we would have also made them aware of the fact that there are guards up
Yeah.
on the wall and that they are patrolling. Oh, and we should have shared that there was the fucking bag that they picked up.
Oh yeah, no. As we're like in the house resting, Mizell will say, there was also like it was weird on the wall. There were guards patrolling, which in itself isn't weird, but there was this strange bag, like just kind of hanging off the wall in the walkway. And I looked through it, and looked like a bunch of spell components, and also one of these rune stones, and it'll hold out the stone.
Okay,
In the moment, did he check? Is that was it itself magical?
I will say, no, it's not in itself magical. It's just prepared. It just has a rune that. The fact that it has a rune kind of gives away that it might be intended to usage for certain magical appliances. That, or it's just superstition. But well, one can make a sort of assumption of magical connection. But depending on what I know that you have.
What is the curfew for the city again?
It's around, it's when the sun sets, so it's around like 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah, I will say that the discussion of the metal piece with the rune, you guys have ample time to study it and to discuss what it could be for, or try to find it out. It could be fast. It could take long. I don't know. But since we are already a little late, I don't want to have that right now.
Oh, do we have it?
Yeah, Mizell took not all of the bag, but he took a piece of it. Just a piece that has a rune.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just so we don't drag the session out over that, I'm going to leave that either for in-character chat over the week, or we can, flashback at the start of next session with that.
Okay. I was just gonna ask everyone. So, do we want to just leave right before curfew?
Yeah.
Just so we don't have to sneak up and down the walls around the city.
Yeah, we don't know if the guard will still be there, but I assume with 5 people strong, we'll be able to take out a guard.
People have not been enforcing curfew, by the way.
Oh, okay.
That is one of the points. The guards are being kind of like, oh, whatever.
Okay, so we can just walk out. Okay.
Yeah, people have been doing that, and nothing has been happening to him.
We will have to deal with the Gravekeeper.
Yeah, I'm not that worried about the Gravekeeper.
And my question was, you did not use my Arcane Abeyance, right?
No.
Okay, and that was a Flock of Familiars.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to change it?
No, I can't.
You can't? Or...
No, I can't. I can only use it once a day. Yeah,
Okay.
it's there until it's used.
Okay,
Also,
gotcha.
it's actually been more than an hour, so at this point, it's undone.
Damn.
Oh, really? Only last an hour?
Yep. It's like an immediate thing. Like, more immediate.
Oh.
So
I
you
get
guys
it
are
back on
gonna
a short rest. Okay. Sorry, GM. Maybe one last thing that we could talk about is what would you like me to fill the new Arcane Abeyance with? Because I can.
If there are ghosts, anything that are good with ghosts. I don't know. So.
Oh my god! Wait, I found a thing. This is what it sounded like when Noah hit the ground. I forgot I have sound bites.
Well, let's wait on that because I don't know.
Yeah.
I think magic circle might be a good spell, but like I don't remember.
Can that cast it immediately, like without the prep time?
That's a good point. Don't know.
I don't have magic circle, but spell is frozen as time at the moment of casting. So I assume yes, it would just immediately go.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I do have a lot of cool damaging spells actually that I've not used. Of Ilvander's kind. So I could put something pretty powerful in there.
I use my action too much, so like you can do what you want with it.
Yeah. We can talk about it maybe in character chat and discuss what I should put in there. Maybe give it to Lilia or Rala. But yeah. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I'll make a new thread. Actually no, I can just use that chat, right? Yeah. Word.
Right. So, what time are you heading out?
Maybe 10 or 11.
Yeah, sure.
No,
Okay.
I don't know. 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. What time did we hear that like the parties were happening?
They are not in the graveyard at the graveyard though, and you didn't
Right.
hear what time they're
But
happening at.
what
Just at
time are
night.
they?
At night.
Okay.
Are we sure?
Yeah,
it's
they're
the
having in the
graveyard?
graveyard, quote unquote.
The graveyard is where they're happening.
Yeah. Who knows where that fucking that staircase leads?
So you are heading out like before midnight-ish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You get out of your house that you have rented, which is kind of behind the library, and you begin making your way towards the city gate.
I thought we were
Yeah.
calling it.
Or,
I thought we were calling the session.
1 second.
Oh, okay.
After
Forgot.
as you sort of like cross the streets, you pass like this row that has a bar in it. The lights are on, clearly like a number of patrons, and it's just a place where you're going to pass through, like necessarily to reach where you're going. But right as you're like about to enter like the front space of a bar, you hear you see someone being tossed out the front door of the bar, kind of like just getting kicked out and like falling on their ass on the street, followed by this gruff voice at the inside of the bar saying, "Had quite enough. Go slip it off. Come back tomorrow." And the door to the bar closes, and the figure is just kind of like sitting there, kind of like, ugh. And you all see a Huron man of average stature, dressed in a formal emerald-colored attire, one of those kinds that have like a scarf tied to the chest. The attire goes quite well with like the clearly luxury standard fur coat that he's wearing, even though it's kind of like a little dirty now that has hit the street, as well as his auburn hair, which is parted like in the middle and falls in bangs of both sides of his face, kind of like Hobo Jace, but slightly longer.
Why you gotta make him so attractive immediately?
The hair also has like a few gray streaks running through it. He would have all in all like a pretty dignified looking attire if it wasn't just tossed in the street, like slightly stained, not just from being tossed, but like with alcohol stains as well at present. There are many rings on all of his fingers and this platinum colored necklace around his neck that also betrayed like an air of exuberance, which is again slightly undermined by a faintly unkempt beard and droopy green eyes, which currently have some bags under them, but give him a slightly decadent, although not entirely hopeless, like air. He kind of looks at you guys, and Noah and Rala, I think. But most of all, Noah. He may look a little bit more damaged than the portraits at the end of the books would normally make him as.
Oh my god.
But this is, without a doubt, best-selling author, great Helmian citizen, and apparently notorious bohemian, Marco Windvenen.
Guys, the graveyard is cancelled. We're in the presence of royalty.
I have no idea what you're saying to me right now.
What?
And I rush over to him, as we call it.
Yeah, exactly. Noah runs over to this man, and we're gonna call it there.
The graveyard is canceled. My ass is not stopping.
I had a question here, or well, like more of a realization. Arcane Abeyance doesn't work with reaction spells because it takes an action to release the spell, which kind of sucks. That's a little lame. There's
Yeah,
some cool reaction spells that would be nice to share because they're also like flavor-wise so sick, but it doesn't work.
there's a few features that are a little weird like that. They say like you can use an action to cast a spell stored within, which immediately makes you not able to use reaction spells.
Yeah,
I think it's a bit of an oversight in some cases.
it's a little lame. I have a really cool one that. Hang on, I'm gonna screenshot and send it to you. I'd love to. Wait. I'd love to put this in the emote, but I'll have to find something else. Because this one's sick. Like, read it, and you'll understand why I mean it's so awesome. This one. Like, imagine if one of them has it, and shit happens, and they go for this one. Bam, bitch.
Yeah,
That would be so sick.
I love this spell. It's really cool. Like
Yeah,
I had drafted something that was kind of like that originally, and then I saw that someone else had done it already, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll
Yeah.
take that.
It's fine.
That's fine. I'm not
It's
pressed.
fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Somebody came up with it before me. That's fine.
a little bit of wasted effort on my end, and also I had made it second level because I think that is a better level to put a defensive option as. People would sometimes be a little like, I'm not just spend like a third level spell and like
It's
defense.
pretty
I can,
costly.
I can
but
get
it's
by
good.
with shield. Yeah, which is why I put it at second level because I was like, you know, second level is fine.
Yeah,
Get like
I'm not-
a sturdy like defense.
Third
I'm
level
not a-
spells are too powerful for defense.
If you want to, we can lower this to second level.
I kind of want to, yes.
Oh
Just-
shit!
Just gonna have to
Oh.
lower a little what it does, you know, the amounts.
Then
Like
let's keep it where it is. I love this. I haven't used
No,
it yet.
I just
I haven't
mean
used
that
it
like you know, the lowering the amount of hit points.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know, it still scales, you know, we just knock it down from like 4d10 to like 3d10 or 2d10 or something.
It's
Well,
pretty
3d10 is better, I guess.
Yeah, I think
But yeah.
let me use it first, and we'll see how it looks. But I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
bummed I can't put it on someone else. But
Anyway, yeah.
something cool I can do is I can use Orin's tiny hut and just instacast it.
Cool.
Oh yeah, it's orange.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the session. Thank you for bearing with me. I just wanted to leave it's not a cliffhanger, but just, you know, I feel like the having the guy just show up out of nowhere is better at the end of the campaign of the session than at the start. So
Yep.
This is freaking
Love it.
the amount of fuckery I watched at the beginning of that session. I was just like, they could have just walked around like humans.
I love the commitment to the bit. Like the whole session was just like, mwah, peak D&D.
Like walk around the wall, you mean?
Could just walk around. It's like not even an hour.
Yeah, I was confused about the times at first. I didn't realize until a little bit.
Straight
But we
up the
could've walked
wall.
around.
I was just
Yeah,
like,
like,
you
that-
could just go
We
to
should
the
have gone over
gate.
the wall to begin with, but at the same time, like the fact that Noah doesn't have anything to teleport in there is hilarious.
But also,
But
we
also
could have.
cost me a 4th level spell.
But also, like, we could have just teleported into the graveyard instead of up the wall and then jump down.
Yeah, but my Zell wanted to scope out the situation rather than just teleport into the middle of a situation he has no idea about.
You could have done that without
Yeah, but that's
teleporting me
kinda
up and then down.
Let's be real. When you jumped into the graveyard, how much did you really know?
Not much, honestly. Like, we knew there was one
So,
person over there.
what difference of knowledge did you have?
Listen, it was fun. That's what
It was
matters.
it was
That's
hilarious, but so roundabout. I feel like we could have just
No,
maybe
no,
had the
it's-
flying fella go up, look,
I mean,
and then
it was
just
better
say,
for me
okay.
to watch.
Hey, you got the metal thing with the rune. You wouldn't have gotten that if you hadn't gone up the wall.
Well, he
fair.
would have gone
True.
up anyway to look. But regardless, like it happened
was
how
just
it happened.
it's still peak of just the like
It's
how
peak D&D.
complicated can we make
Yeah.
this? Very.
Yeah. It's very D&D coded. It's got to be like that.
Yeah,
I don't
it's just
have
like when
any-
people just like, I wanted to scope it out. I'm just like, okay, what did you know before you did the thing you're gonna do anyway?
The location
About
of
as
the
much as I
person
did before.
inside, so we don't teleport directly in front of her.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Noah's spells are AoE or fucking defend myself. That's it.
Okay, fellas, thank you very much for coming. Great session today.
No, thank
I'm
you.
gonna be dipping now, and we'll see what's gonna happen next week. I don't know where this is going, so
Do we ever know where it's going?
yeah, and we'll pick it up with our random encounter with Mr. Windrunnen, whatever Noah is gonna want to.
Can I
He's gonna-
catch him?
He's gonna. No, he's already
I-
fallen. He's already on the ground.
No,
I
like
am
for
your
the
biggest
Pokeball.
whore.
I'm gonna throw my Master Ball at him.
Just
But
like
yeah,
my Voltorb.
I will be leaving now. Thanks
Bye.
for session, y'all.
Farewell,
Good
gamer.
night.
You,
GG.
Yurt.